Hi, I'm jjbarnes and welcome back to another episode of The Table Read. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Wicked Stepmothers. Now this is going to occur significantly more often in children's stories, but if you think of Fleabag, it is not exclusive to children's stories because that also has a wicked stepmother. The Wicked Stepmother character has always fascinated me, partly because I have a very close relationship with my mother, and also now as an adult because I am a stepmother. So I've always found I'm interested in why the prevalence of the Wicked Stepmother character. And I'm going to talk to you about why they are so common in stories for children, and what you can do to write one yourself if you want to, or alternatives you could use if you don't. So, why a wicked stepmother? The mother character in stories should generally represent comfort, safety, protection, but that also means a mother character kind of represents being stifled. Because if you want your characters to go on an adventure, to do something, that means they can't be protected, because if they're protected they won't go anywhere or do anything, or it would be done for them. I wouldn't let my children going off having an adventure away from me. I would be like, no, if you need it that badly, I will sort it out for you, I'm the adult, or you just have to suck it up and you can't have it. So taking away a mother character, it makes a lot of sense. And killing your children characters' parents, again, is a very common theme. It removes that protection, it forces them out to go on their adventure. If Anna and Elsa's parents had never died, then they wouldn't have gone off on their adventure. Elsa wouldn't have gone off up the mountain, and Anna wouldn't have gone up after her, because her parents would have been there to protect them. Killing your character's parents is a very common theme, and in the case of the Wicked Stepmother, she represents the fake protection. She represents the character who should be there to take care of you, but doesn't. So it adds a layer of motivation. It adds a layer of pain to your protagonist, because not only do they not have their mother, who is the character who is supposed to be protection and love and support, but they have one who fails them. In Snow White, she plots to kill her. In Cinderella, she locks her up in the attic. In Fleabag, she treats her like she's an incredible disappointment. In all of those cases, those women or girls, they escape them. Cinderella doesn't manage to do it until the very end, but she gets to go off to the ball without her stepmother, and if her stepmother had been kind, she'd have just been taken along with Anastasia and Drizella. The Wicked Stepmother character, she gives your protagonist both safety of a home, because they're young. I mean, obviously not in Fleabag, but most of the time if you're writing a Wicked Stepmother character, your characters are young and they're going to need a home, which means they have to have an adult who is providing that for them. And the Wicked Stepmother does that. She gives them somewhere to live. They haven't been cast out. But added motivation to escape. If the Wicked Stepmother was loving and kind, they wouldn't want to try and leave. I'm hoping my stepson doesn't want to run away from me. But by giving the Wicked Stepmother, you create a reason, extra motivation for your protagonist to want to leave. Not just because they have a story goal and they want to go on their adventure, but because they want to get away from this woman. And she's then a threat. If you think about Snow White, getting away from her was step one. Surviving her is step two. Now, there's probably a bit of misogyny in the Wicked Stepmother character, because you blame the mother for all of the wrongdoings of the children. And it's if you're a mother, you're probably used to being blamed for everything that goes wrong. But it's just, in a story, we'll just forget that element, because I think you can tell a story about a wicked female character without being misogynistic, because women are people and some of us are good and some of us are bad. So we'll move on from that. By taking away the protective character, the mother, father, parents who are designed by biology to protect you, and I know they don't always, just go with me, and putting in place a hostile character, yeah, you force your character to stand alone. You take away their protection, you give them motivation to escape. And it does, because your protagonist then, it's like losing a mentor. You know, when you take away the mentor character, and I've talked about this before, the death of a mentor. When you take away the mentor character, you force that protagonist to stand alone. They have been guided, they have been protected, they have been shown the way, and now they have to stand on their own 2 feet. And that is what the Wicked Stepmother character does. She has been in place of the person who did protect them, but she stopped. She's not doing that for you anymore. She is going to be hostile towards you. So your protagonist then has to find the strength themselves to stand up. They have their adventure. They go off. They go to the ball, or they go and, live with dwarves. But the point is, they have the adventure because they are free of the protection. They are extra motivated to make that life work, because the Wicked Stepmother is not a draw to come home again. She is pushing them away by her very nature. And it forces them to stand up because they've lost a lot. Your protagonist, with a Wicked Stepmother, your protagonist is going to be in a lot of pain, because not only has she lost her parents, not only has the protective arms of her biological mother been taken away from her, but she's been living in a home where she is treated terribly, a home where she is not safe or wanted. A character in pain has to learn to cope with that pain, manage that pain, and if you don't suffer and struggle, you don't get stronger. If everything is easy, you have no reason to fight. You have no reason to improve yourself, to become the strongest version of yourself, because everything is easy. Your protagonist with a Wicked Stepmother has had pain and loss and abuse, and is out in the world on their own trying to make it. And that makes them stronger, and it makes them interesting. So, a Wicked Stepmother character. Use them to represent everything your protagonist has lost. They've lost their mother, they've lost the comfort and protection of their home, and they have lost feeling secure and safe in their home. Use that, give them that pain. In Fleabag, it works so well for her. She's lost all of that. She's having to stand alone, and she's struggling, but she's fighting. And it makes her an endearing character, because every time her Wicked Stepmother is horrible to her, she's humanized to the audience. You see what she's fighting through, you see why she's in pain, and you root for her. You want her to struggle through it and get stronger and get there, because you care. And a lot of that comes from that pain. So it's a really useful technique. I hope this has been helpful and interesting. As I say, I'm really interested in mother characters in general in story. Not just stepmothers, but like biologically birthed mothers as well. I find that really interesting, and tropes about mothers always fascinate me. I watch like TV shows about mums and movies about mums because I just relate to it. And Wicked Stepmothers are a really interesting tool. So if you take out any misogyny stuff and just look at the actual use of that character to cause pain and suffering that makes your protagonist grow, that gives them a reason to get out into the world, it's an incredibly useful character to use. So yeah, writing for children or young people, I totally get it, and as I say, Fleabag makes it work for adults too. So thank you very much, I hope it has been helpful. Don't forget you can subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out writing advice videos every Wednesday and Friday, as well as other things that go out on this feed as well from Siren Stories. And you can go to thetableread.co.uk. Over there you will find all of the interviews and articles created by just like so many wonderful writers from like literally all around the world, all giving their creative voice to inspire and excite people, and it's such a privilege to work over there. And you can comment on this story. Do you like a Wicked Stepmother? Do you like that character, or would you like rather see that trope die its death? Do you have favourite stories with a Wicked Stepmother character? What do you think? I would love to know. So thank you very much, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.